Hello students. Students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is life processes, we were talking about the excretion. How excretion occur in the human being. So we have seen that there are a lot of excretory waste product is formed in our body and they get excreted by the different organ. Like if we talk about skin, so skin also help in removing the excretory product in the form of a sweat. If we talk about the food, so food get digested and finally with the help of a large intestine it will taken out. Then by the process of the respiration, even the excretory waste product which get excreted, that is carbon dioxide. So we can say here that the process of the excretion happens by these different organs, but one of the main the system which is present in our body is excretory system. Basically, that is our kidney, responsible for removing the urea and the other waste material from the body in the form of liquid. So, if we talk about the excretory system, so the main organs which is present, which is a part of the excretory system is two kidneys are there, then two ureters, which is the tube-like a structure coming out through that of the kidneys there. Then a bag-like a structure which is called as the bladder, urinary bladder is there, and through this urinary bladder, urethra, okay, which is also a tube-like a structure through which the urine passes out. When we talk about the organ, students, so kidney is what? It is that organ, a bean shape a structure is there which is present at the both side lower abdomen of a person. And you will find that this kidney, through this kidney is only responsible for the filtration of the blood. And in this kidney, you will find that in both the kidney and artery, the blood will enter through the in the kidney, that is called as renal artery, which is carrying the dirty blood. And this dirty blood will get purified in the kidney itself. It means we can say that purification of the dirty blood occur in the in that of the kidney, and then it get purified, and this purified blood enters into the renal vein. So blood continuously enters into the kidney where it get purified and finally enter into the renal vein. Now the waste material like urea and other solids, other substances are there. This will get which is present in that of the kidney now, which is the waste material present in the blood and get purified and remain in that of the kidney. That will passes from the kidney to the two tube like a structure which is coming out through the kidney, that is called ureter. Through this ureter, it will reaches to the bag like a structure, bladder, where it gets stored. And from time to time, whenever a person go for a toilet, this urine will removed from the body. So basically, urine is what which consisting of the urea, which consisting of some of the waste or salts, as well as an excess amount of water is there. And this all are present in the bladder in the form of a yellowish liquid that is called as urine, and which is passes through the body. So this is how the process of a excretion happen. It means this is how the excretory system or part of the organ of the excretory system works. Now let us try to understand that what is there in that of the kidney, students. So if we look at the inner structure of kidney, we will find that is each kidney is made up of an excretory unit called nephron. Kidney is made up of large number of excretory unit called nephron. That is called as nephron. When you look at the nephron, students, I'll tell you what are the things which is present in the nephron. So basically when you look at the structure, I'm drawing a simple structure of the nephron, students. Okay. Through this, blood capillary is used to come inside it. Okay. So, if this is a So basically we can say here that here a small pore is present. Okay. Now this blood capillary will go into it will going to cover that of the tubule. It will going to cover that of the tubule. So let me write it what happened here actually. First of all, the dirty blood entered into that of the, so we can write here the dirty waste. Dirty waste. Actually it is dirty blood containing waste. Dirty blood containing waste. Containing waste. Then glomerulus. It is glomerulus. Plural is glomeruli. I'll tell you about it that this the glomerulus is actually the blood capillary. Then this is what student, this U-shaped structure is actually the Bowman's capsule. Okay, so this we call as the Bowman's capsule. Okay, then what happened here? From here the blood starts moving inside to that of the tubules. Okay, then it will enter into this tubule structure. Okay, So from here it will reaches to the collecting duct. Reaches to the collecting duct. Here it will receives the urine from the different tubules. Then what do we find here? The blood is continuously moving. And from this, what do we find? That clean blood will come out of it. That is clean blood come out through renal vein. This is what, student? These are the tubules. This is what? This is the collecting duct. So I am writing it here. Collecting duct. This is the collecting duct. And these all are what? These all are blood capillaries. These are blood capillaries. All the waste material is there, student. Okay. So let me tell you what happened actually, what happened here. So here you can see that the Bowman's capsule is there, which is a U-shaped structure, and in this the blood capillary is going on, which is the glomerulus. The blood capillary which is entering into the Bowman's capsule is glomerulus, and the plural is glomeruli. What happened? This blood vessel is artery is carrying artery is carrying the dirty blood, and from when it comes to the Bowman's capsule, then it will get converted to the blood capillaries, and the diffusion of the dirty waste materials occur here in that of the Bowman's capsule. This dirty waste material from that of the blood, which includes the glucose, which includes salt, which includes the urea also, and the other waste material, that will enter into that of this Bowman's capsule, and from it will enter into the tubule. Now you can see here the blood capillaries is continuously it has covered that of the this whole nephron. So actually the blood capillaries that will help in taking that of the dissolved material, which is a glucose, which is important for that of the body. Again, the reabsorption of this liquid happens in the tubule, and finally the final waste product will enter into the collecting duct. From that of the collecting duct, it will enter into the ureter. Okay, so these kind of a nephron is present in the kidney in a large number of neuron is present there, and they all do this cleaning process, and finally the urine is received by the collecting duct and enter into the ureter. So lot of collecting ducts are there in the kidney, which finally enter into the that of the ureter. So let me write it. What are the things which is included here, and what is the role of each and everything. I hope you have understood the diagram. So we will simply try to understand what are the things which is present here. So what do we find here? First thing, students, the nephron has a cup shape bag like a structure is there. Okay, that is, so nephron has a cup shaped bag. Nephron has a cup shaped bag at its upper end. At its upper end is called Bowman's capsule. Is called Bowman's capsule. That is called as a Bowman's capsule, students. Okay. The lower end of the Bowman's capsule is connected to a tubule. Connected to a tubule. The Bowman's capsule and that of the tubule together, they forms the nephron. Now, the Bowman's capsules contains a bundle of blood capillaries. Bundle of blood capillaries. It contains a bundle of blood capillaries which is called glomerulus. Which is called glomerulus. Called as glomerulus. One end of the glomerulus is attached to the renal artery and other end is attached to the renal vein. Absolutely, you know that the capillaries, they help in connecting the arteries to veins. So, we can write it here, that is one end of the glomerulus attached to renal artery and other end to the renal vein. To the renal vein. Now, what is the function of the glomerulus? It is important to know. It helps in purification. So, function is the function of glomerulus to filter the blood passing through it. Filter the blood to passing through it. Okay. So, only the small molecule of substances small molecules of substances present in the blood like glucose, amino acid, like glucose, amino acids, salt, urea, water, salt, urea and water. Now after that it will reach us to the tubule. Okay, so then reaches to the tubule. Now let us try to understand that what is the function of the tubule. So, function of the tubule is the reabsorption. Function of the tubule is the reabsorption of the useful substances like glucose, then amino acids, salts in the into the blood capillaries, So the function of the tubule, it helps in the reabsorption of these products including the glucose, amino acid and salt, including some amount of water also, students. Okay, now the waste material urea is present. Urea is left behind, or it remains, and it does not get reabsorbed in the blood, so it will reaches to the collecting tube. Left reaches to the collecting tube, and from there reaches to the ureter. From there, in the form of urine, it reaches to the ureter and collected in bladder, and then removed out, and then it get removed out. So you can see here what is the function of that of the glomerulus, what is the function of the nephron, students, in the kidney. We have seen that it is the nephron. So when in the previous one, when we were talking about the excretory system and its organ, there we have seen, we said that the kidney is responsible for the filtration of the blood. It helps in removing the waste material from the blood. So actually the nephron, which is that of the excretory unit present in the kidney, help in the removal of the waste material. So that will collect the waste material from the blood, and finally all of the collecting duct enter into that of the ureter. From the ureter it will reaches to the bladder and passes out. Let us see here one more thing, student, and that is kidney failure or renal failure. What happens in kidney failure or renal failure? Renal failure and dialysis and renal failure. So renal failure, which we also call as the kidney failure, students, what happened here? Sometimes due to high blood pressure or due to injury or due to the person is having very high blood sugar level, what happened, the kidney is not able, means for that particular person the kidney not work properly, it will not able to filter the blood properly, and this condition we call as the kidney failure. So the question arises that what is the solution of it? So basically the permanent solution is kidney transplant. So we will take that of a kidney of a donor, and that matching kidney, it should be a matching kidney, and transplant it to the patient, transplant to the person who need it. That is a permanent solution. But if it is not, then we can give a temporary solution, which is we call as an artificial kidney. So we can do the process of a dialysis where the kidney get purified time to time periodically. So what is a kidney failure, students? An infection to a kidney, an infection, injury to the kidney, high blood pressure, high blood pressure, high sugar, high blood sugar can restrict the kidney to purify the blood. That is, can restrict the kidney to purify the blood. This condition is called as a kidney failure. Okay? This condition is kidney failure. Complete solution is kidney transplant, where we will find a donor. We will match the blood also, student. It is important to match the blood because the blood used to produce the antigens and the antibodies, and if it will not work, then our blood start producing an antibodies against to that cells, and ultimately the person will die. Again, we can say that ultimately that will not make the kidney to work in that person's body. So kidney transplant, and then another is a dialysis, which is a periodic treatment. This is also called as an artificial kidney. This is an artificial kidney, students. Okay, this we call as the artificial kidney. What happens in case of a dialysis? Let me tell you that what is a dialysis. So basically the renal artery of the person, there in the dialysis process you will find that there is a machine that is called a dialyzer. So there the arm of a person, there is a two. So there the two tubes are there. One tube is connected to the renal artery with the arm of the person. Another is connected to the vein of that. And these two, one tube from that of the renal artery enters into a dialyzer solution. The solution actually consisting of the same, it consisting of a dialysis solution, and the dialysis solution consisting of the same amount of a dissolved salt, water and the other substances which is present in the normal blood. What happened through this tube, this dialysis solution in which we had taken the two tubes, these two tubes which is coiled in the tank of the dialyzer, it is semi-permeable membrane. So the urea which is present in our blood, that will enter, means the whole blood will enter into the dialyzer which is having a dialysis solution, and then when it enter into the body or enter into that of the solution, the waste material consisting the urea which is of a higher concentration, it will enter into the dialysis solution, and by which the tube from this, it will enter into the, from the renal arm, enter into the arm, into the body. So this is how our blood get purified. So we can say here that dialysis is a process for cleaning of a blood. Cleaning of blood, cleaning of blood by separating of a blood of a person by separating the waste substance from it. From waste substance from it. This is what, students, this is the dialysis. So we have understood that how dialysis consisting of the two tubes, one is connected to renal artery, one is connected to the renal vein. This renal artery tube used to carry the blood, and this blood will enter into the dialyzer machine, which consisting of a dialysis solution. The dialysis solution consisting of the same number of same concentration of the water, glucose and the other substances as is present in the normal blood, and the blood will enter from that of the tube. So now this tube is a semi-permeable membrane. So when it enter into the dialysis solution, the urea will comes to the solution, dialysis solution, and the blood get purified. Now this purified blood from the tube enter into the renal vein and finally enter into the body of the person. So this is how we can purify the blood of a person by the process of a dialysis. So this is an artificial method of purifying the blood. That is why dialysis is also called as a artificial kidney, students.